Good morning, Titans.
Today is Friday, November 5th.
You're ready to learn about Spanish instructor Senora Quinones?
Find out about what's going on in drama and cheer.
And Maddie Hohen has the lowdown on this week's dance show.
All of this and even more today.
Only on your Channel 5 Titan TV News.
Good morning. Today is Friday, November 5th. I'm Amanda Fritz.
And I'm Anthony Gamble.
Great to have you back with us today, Anthony.
Thank you. Did you miss me?
Well, anyway, great to have you back.
Sorry, I'm not as pretty as Marie.
It's okay. I know you tried. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Well, that's mostly all anyone remembers after taking a Spanish class. Senora Quinones aims to change that. Who is she and how is her teaching different? Anthony Gamble has the story.
Senora Quinones has been teaching for 2 years, and by using interactive learning, students are able to learn a different language in an easier way. In this room, S202, something magical is happening. Students are learning a foreign language, Spanish to be exact, and it is taught by Spanish instructor Senora Quinones. Quinones keeps her students involved and has realized that by keeping the students active and allowing them to play games and have fun, it allows the knowledge to come easily. Her students have taken an interest in learning Spanish, and to Quinones, Spanish is not only a required course, but a necessary tool in today's workforce.
Playing the guitar, dressing up, getting them out of their seats, throwing the football, catching the football in class.
Quinones challenges her students by allowing only Spanish to be spoken during class, as well as communicating with other students through letters, and instead of memorizing the material, they are able to apply it every day in class.
Mrs. Quinones is like the best teacher you can get for a Spanish class. She does claps, you know, to get our attention. I would be in this class, you know, I'm doing something right. She's doing something right, you know.
For all my students, and not only my students, but everyone to learn to have a different view, to have a world view. There's over 21 countries that speak Spanish, over 500 million people in the world that speak Spanish. And in this community, it's just so important to be able to communicate with other people and to be able to accept them for who they are.
Learning another language is difficult, but Senora Quinones does her best to make it interesting and fun. Reporting for Channel 5, I'm Anthony Gamble.
For a few drama students, the opportunity of a lifetime has come knocking on their door. 9 students have been chosen to perform Act 2, Scene 1 and 2, the murder scene, from the play Macbeth. The performance is being held by the Royal Theatre Company and will take place at the Mondavi Center at UC Davis on November 18th. Drama instructor Mr. Winters has more information.
Macbeth Project, the Mondavi Center at UC Davis, and the Globe Education Academy, the Globe Theatre in London, have put together this kind of large workshop performance teaching project, I don't know how to even describe it, where teachers from Northern California, myself and 11 other teachers all went to London for 2 weeks. We studied Shakespeare and then we came back here, and I'm working with my students on Macbeth, and then 10 of my students are going to merge with 110 other students from all these other schools, and there's going to be a performance of Macbeth at UC Davis on November 18th, and we'll be performing the entire play, each school doing 5 minutes worth.
Not only is drama having wondrous opportunities, but so is our school competition cheer squad. Members have their very first competition coming up, and to make the trip even more exciting, the competition will be taking place at Six Flags. This Saturday, they will be performing a completely different routine than we have seen at our halftime shows, with advanced stunts and an 18-member squad. Showtime is 2 p.m.
The dance show, We Dance, will be held tonight and Saturday in the gym. Both performances start at 7 p.m. The dancers will have plenty of surprises for you. Reporter Maddie Hohen filed this story.
This Friday and Saturday night, the dancers have their time to shine when the curtains open for the fall We Dance show. Our school dancers have been working all this first semester to put on this dance, showcasing tonight. From Tahitian to jazz, the dances vary.
So we have our dance shows halfway sold out right now. We hope that people come and then get tickets at the door for $10, or if you get them in advance from Miss Carol, it's going to be $7. And there's lots of hip-hop, breakdance, and all sorts of interesting styles that we have not done in a long time. A huge Polynesian section and a piece dedicated to weave. We helped raise $2,300 for women escaping a violent environment. So we are doing a whole section on dating violence. So we hope that you come.
Having creative ideas, the dancers have decided to add something new to the show this year.
For this year dance show, we've added skits and monologues, and during one of the dances I'm in, called They, Shelby Taylor does a monologue and our skit tie together and shows that how different people react to different things and to each other.
Not only are the dancers showcasing dances from the Weave and Broadway show, but they are also adding in various amounts of new dances.
Okay, so we have a dance show on November 5th and 6th. It starts at 7, but the doors open at 6:30. And there's some dance performances from Weave and the Broadway show. So that's kind of like a preview of what's going to be in the dance show. There's a lot from contemporary to different hip hops, and it's new styles, and it's something different from the other shows we've done. And I think a lot of people should come because they would enjoy it, because it goes from little kids to adults to teenagers, and it's just really different.
This is Maddie Hohen reporting for Channel 5 Titan TV.
Are you curious about a field in engineering? The Antelope Engineering Society will hold its first meeting on Monday from 1:40 p.m. to 2:10 p.m. in room CTE 4. If you are interested in joining, or if you have already signed up as a member, be sure to attend the very first meeting. They will have a guest speaker at the meeting, and you do not want to miss it.
As you may already know, the winners of up-and-coming Royalty King and Queen were seniors Devin Campbell and Netta Talaby. Let's hear what the King and Queen have to say about their winning experience.
It feels great that me and Devin got to be the first King and Queen here at Antelope High School. I basically almost had a heart attack when they announced my name, when I got the golden ticket, and it was just like, it was such a cool moment.
It was good when homecoming came. I was just glad to be the first King to win at Antelope, and something I'll remember forever. So thanks everybody who was rooting for me.
And now with sports talk, let's go to senior Dakota Amstutz in the sports studio.
Hello Titans, thanks for tuning in to Sports Talk, your source for all Titan athletics. I'm Dakota Amstutz. Now, last week was the last week for water polo, and the girls volleyball team finished off their season this week with games on Monday and Wednesday night in hopes to make it to playoffs. However, they lost both games, but still have a chance to make it to the playoffs depending on the outcome of a game tonight. Speaking of a game tonight, I hear the boys varsity football team plays in the Capital Athletic League championship game. But before we get to that game, let's check out last week's highlights. Here we go, the Titans taking on the Rear Americano Raiders for the up-and-coming game of 2010. The Titans looking to extend their win streak to 5 games and go for a 4-0 record in the league. Contributions were made from everyone on the team, especially here Matt Stroud taking the interception to the house for a score. Later in the game, John Winters looking downfield for Nick Torrance, who decides to make an incredible one-handed grab and walks it in for a touchdown. Big play here, Jarvis Watkins on the reception, and he makes 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles, 3 missed tackles on the play and brings it down to the 30-yard line. And on the finishing off the drive, Tyler Winston brings it in for the score as the Titans would take the win 49-7. The win extends their team's win streak to 5 games and a 4-0 record in the league, and also sets up tonight's Capital Athletic League matchup against the just as fearsome Whitney Wildcats, who are also 4-0 in league. Now, tonight's game is a rematch of the first ever Antelope High School football game 3 years ago on September 11th, 2008. This matchup gives us the #1 defense in the league with Antelope going up against the #1 offense in the league with Whitney. I talked to head coach Matt Ray about what his defense has to do to silence such a potent offense. You have to get hits on the quarterback early. You have to be physical, play sound, and you have to do your job. Now, since looking at the stats and watching the teams play, I see the Titans keeping it close, but coming out on top 35-31 and coming home with the Capital Athletic League Championship. Well, that's all I have for Sports Talk this week. Tune in next week for coverage on playoff scenarios and games. Now back to Amanda and Anthony with the show.
Do you tend to follow the crowd, or do you enjoy being yourself, not caring what anyone around you thinks about you? And this week's editorial reporter, Nia Johnson, gives us her unique take on the idea of individuality.
Individuality is something that makes us unique. It makes us us. In high school, however, individuality barely exists. A lot of you must be thinking, hey, didn't this grind Desiree's gears a couple weeks ago? No, she's talking about your clothes. I'm talking about us. In middle school, we had these crazy emotions put into our bodies, and we were told just to deal. But no one said how to deal. And for a lot of us, instead of trying to figure this out on our own, it seemed easy just to conform. For example, some of you don't dress for Halloween because your friends are. We did what everyone else was doing in order to find some balance within ourselves. For some, it was joining a club or a sport. For some, it was acting a certain way. We changed our beings, our morals, our ideas, just because it would be easier in the long run. For example, recently a girl I'll codename Mary. I've known Mary for years. She decided that since a group of girls liked Miley Cyrus, she would too. Suddenly, I wasn't a good enough friend for Mary because I decided not to like Miley Cyrus. I was there for Mary when no one else was, but just because she wants to fit in and copy some girl she barely knows, I get thrown away. But back to the topic on hand. Now, we may never have actually thought, oh, it'd be easier just to change and be like everyone else. But in a way, we did. We subconsciously changed. Now, the problem is, we hate to acknowledge this fact. No matter what, we have to shut ourselves down to the world. Whenever anyone has the slightest bit of criticism on us, we turn that into something way more disrespectful. I'm sure deep down we're all nice people. But if you're not, get ready for real life. This little bubble of a world we live in with the who's dating who drama, drugs and partying, is full of fake people who just get what they want. And what they glamorize on TV isn't true. So, what's the point of this? What am I telling you? I'm saying we really do have the power to change the world. We're just holding ourselves back. Please, just think about what I'm saying. Don't let a jock stay a jock. Don't let a prep stay a prep. Don't let you just stay you. Be your own person. Have your own ideas, your own thoughts, and your own morals. I know about the rest of you, but I already do. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Have a great weekend.
We have the score from boys soccer last night.
The Titans played a close game, but lost 1-0 in Vallejo.
Congratulations on making it to playoffs. Well, that's all we have for you today, Titans.
Tune in next week as we cover more of what you love.
Have a great day.
And an even better weekend.